Alright, what I'm showing here is replacing the lines with little traffic markers that move. Now, one thing you can notice here is, so before I was drawing multiple lines, so I checked the last 10 videos. If a person commented in every one of those, the line would get darker. In this case, instead, there's an extra little box that travels from the commenter to the video maker. And I don't know, it's kind of an interesting thing. Since the little box, well, I was starting on an arrowhead. I just haven't just bothered drawing it as an arrowhead so I could put it on the line. And I was playing around with this and I realized I'd like to see this version. You have multiple of these boxes. Somebody answered 5 out of 10, then there'd be 5 little boxes. Also, since it takes 5 seconds to traverse the line, if they're really close, because I put them in a community near each other, then the lines go slower. And it's kind of interesting because you see a lot of slow milling about where people are talking a lot to each other, to people that are close, and if they're far away, then, you know, the line thins out and it's moving, the box is moving. I mean, there is no line, but the box is moving slower because the distance is greater. I mean, opposite of that, the box is moving faster. So, yeah, next I need to make, I'm going to wrap all this stuff up in a class, in an object, so you can turn these things on and off optionally, and also so you can keep these relationships. Because the idea is that you only have to go to the server to get fresh stuff. You can also go to my server. You only have to go to the YouTube server and search for new stuff to get fresh stuff. You can go to my server to see anything else, what's the freshest other people have gotten. So this picture will just kind of be maintained. You won't have to continually, you know, there's no reason to go and re-get things you've already gotten, is the point. All right, cheers. All right, the another thing I've worked on the map is, okay, when you have an item, they all have the same properties now. So it's got the resident, you know, name, various websites, stuff like this. But it's got the resident, and also has a place for residence. Okay, so with Earl, I don't really have any need for the residence, but here's an example of in a domicile, which is associated with one person, is the idea. Here's Emendham. Well, Emendham has a channel, so I've added Ephelist and Gloom, Boom, and Doom. And now if I click on there, it'll go get all 3 of those channels. Look, step 1, step 2, step 3. By the way, it can go a lot faster, but YouTube doesn't like it, so we keep these to every couple seconds. So that's all 3 channels, and you can see it's gotten, okay, it went and did Emendham, the 10 videos of Emendham, then you'll get into 10 videos of the Ephelist, and then you'll get into, down here, Gloom, Boom, and Doom. Okay. Similarly, but also distinctly, in a town, or a community, the extra channels listed are not supposed to be synonyms of the same person. They're different people, and therefore I could click just on this. I'll click on this, and it'll go ahead and scan that community. Right? And if any of those people have multiple residents, well, they would have to be mentioned. So, for example, over here, if when I click on the Ephelham community, I want to see all of those channels, I would have to put them here. Okay, so for example, for anybody that could pay this close of attention, this is Emendham with all 3 channels I've added in there. Okay, so let's say I get rid of that. Now when I do it from here, I'm only going to see the Emendham because I haven't listed in here Gloom, Boom, and Doom or Ephelist. So it's not going to show it. So my plan is that then you have a list of communities, and you can have a certain number of people that while you look at the map, it goes ahead and searches and finds the connections that you're interested in. And for connections that you aren't particularly interested in, you could still know those because other people that were interested in them will have submitted them to the database. So, yeah, this is the current update.